Welcome back to the Daily English Podcast. Today, we're talking about something almost every English learner experiences: fear. Not the fear of something dangerous, but the fear of opening your mouth and saying, "What if my English is wrong?" Have you ever had this feeling? You know the words, you know the grammar, you understand the question, but suddenly, whispering, your brain says, "Emergency, English system has stopped working."
Oh my goodness, Hannah. That is exactly what happens. Yesterday, someone asked me a simple question. What did you do this weekend? Easy question, right? But my brain started searching for vocabulary like I was searching for my lost keys. I was standing there thinking, where are my words? Did they disappear? Did they go on vacation?
Maybe your vocabulary needed a vacation.
Maybe. My words packed their bags and left me alone.
But honestly, this happens to many learners. And today, we are going to talk about why we are afraid to speak English, how we can stop comparing ourselves with others, and how we can slowly build confidence. Remember, you do not become confident first, you become confident by practicing. So let's begin. Jake, let me ask you something. When you started learning English, were you afraid of making mistakes?
Oh, absolutely. I was terrified. I remember sitting in an English class. I knew the answer to the teacher's question. I knew exactly what I wanted to say, but when I wanted to raise my hand, I stopped.
Why?
Because I imagined everyone laughing at me. I thought, what if I pronounce a word incorrectly? What if someone corrects me? What if people think my English is bad?
And this is one of the biggest problems English learners face. Many people don't stay silent because they don't know English. They stay silent because they are afraid. They are afraid of judgment. They are afraid of mistakes. They are afraid of looking imperfect.
Exactly. But here's something funny. The mistakes we think are huge, most people don't even remember them.
Really?
Yes. I remember one time I tried to say the word comfortable, but my pronunciation was so strange, my friend looked at me and said, "Are you speaking English or creating a new language?" Oh no. But you know what? Exactly. Because after that, I practiced the word again and again, and now I can say it confidently. Okay, listeners, now it's time to learn some useful expressions. These are phrases you can use when you are learning English. Expression 1. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Repeat after me. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Excellent. This means you feel nervous because you might do something wrong.
Expression 2. I'm still learning. Repeat. I'm still learning. Great. This is a very powerful sentence because it reminds you and others that learning takes time.
Expression 3. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Repeat. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Excellent. This shows that you are open to improvement.
Expression 4. I'm trying my best. Repeat. I'm trying my best. Beautiful. This expression shows effort.
Expression 5. Nobody is perfect. Repeat. Nobody is perfect. Amazing! Remember, mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. Mistakes are proof that you are learning.
Anna, can I share something funny?
Of course.
When I was learning English, I practiced speaking in front of a mirror.
A mirror?
Yes, I would stand there and say, "Hello, my name is Jake. Nice to meet you. How are you today?"
So you were practicing with yourself.
Yes, my first English conversation partner was me.
Well, that was a very patient conversation partner.
Exactly. I never interrupted myself.
But this teaches us something important. Confidence does not come from waiting. Confidence comes from doing. You have to speak. You have to practice. You have to make mistakes, because every mistake is a step forward.
And remember, the goal is not perfect English. The goal is better English.
Beautifully said. Now, let's talk about another confidence killer, comparing yourself with others. Amazing. Remember, making mistakes is not something to be ashamed of. Every person who speaks English confidently today was once a beginner. But there is another problem that stops many learners from improving, and that problem is comparison.
Oh yes, comparison can destroy your confidence very quickly.
Why do you think people compare themselves so much?
Because we usually see only the final result. We see someone speaking fluent English, we hear their amazing pronunciation, we see their confidence, and we think, wow, I will never speak like that.
But we don't see their journey. We don't see the thousands of mistakes they made, the words they forgot, the embarrassing moments they experienced, the hours they spent practicing.
Exactly. We compare our first chapter with someone else's final chapter.
That's such a great way to explain it.
Think about it this way. Imagine someone watching a professional runner in a marathon. The runner has trained for years. They are running 40 kilometers. And then someone says, "Why can't I run like them?" But that person started walking yesterday.
Exactly. You cannot compare your beginning with someone else's experience. I remember a student who wanted to learn English. She watched videos of people speaking perfect English online. Every day she compared herself. She said, "My English is terrible. I will never speak like them." But when we talked, I realized something. She already knew many words. She understood conversations. She was improving. The only problem was she couldn't see her own progress.
That's a very important lesson. Sometimes the biggest obstacle is not your English. It's the way you think about yourself. Anna, can I tell you something funny about comparison?
Of course.
When I was learning English, I followed a person online who spoke English beautifully. His pronunciation was amazing. His vocabulary was incredible.
And what happened?
I watched his video and thought, I will never be that good. Then I discovered something.
What?
He had been learning English for 15 years.
Oh, and how long had you been learning?
3 months.
So you were comparing your first 3 months with someone's 15 years?
Exactly. That was like comparing a baby learning to walk with an Olympic athlete.
Now let's talk about the solution. How can we actually build confidence?
I think many learners believe, one day I will become confident. But that's not how confidence works.
Exactly. Confidence does not come before speaking.
Yes, you don't wait until you become confident to start. You start and confidence grows.
Many learners say, I will speak when my grammar is perfect. But the problem is, your grammar improves by using English.
It's like going to the gym. You don't become strong before exercising. You become strong because you exercise.
Exactly. English is the same.
Even 5 minutes every day can help. Talk about your day, your plans, your thoughts. You can even talk to yourself.
Yes, your room can become your English classroom.
Just be careful. If someone hears you talking alone, they might think, this person is having a very serious conversation with the wall.
But the wall is a great listener. Gently, don't only celebrate big achievements, celebrate small victories. For example, today you learned 5 new words. Celebrate. Today you spoke 1 sentence without fear. Celebrate. Today you understood a native speaker. Celebrate. Now, let's practice some powerful confidence expressions.
Expression 1. Let me try. Repeat. Let me try. Great. Use this when you want to attempt something without fear.
Expression 2. I may make mistakes, but I will improve. Repeat.
I may make mistakes, but I will improve. Excellent.
Expression 3. I feel more confident now. Repeat. I feel more confident now. Wonderful.
Expression 4. I'm getting better every day. Repeat. I'm getting better every day. Amazing.
Expression 5. Practice makes progress. Repeat. Practice makes progress. Excellent.
You are doing great. Remember, you don't need to become perfect today. You only need to become a little better than yesterday.
And the person who speaks English confidently tomorrow is the person who practices today.
Amazing. Remember, making mistakes is not something to be ashamed of. Every person who speaks English confidently today was once a beginner. But there is another problem that stops many learners from improving, and that problem is comparison.
Yes, comparison. I think this is something almost every English learner experiences. You open YouTube, you see someone speaking English fluently. Their pronunciation sounds perfect, their confidence looks amazing, and suddenly you start thinking, why can't I speak like that?
Have you ever noticed something interesting? We usually compare our weaknesses with someone else's strengths. We look at someone's best moments, but we compare them with our everyday struggles.
Exactly. It's like looking at a professional chef making a beautiful meal and then looking at your first cooking attempt. Maybe your first meal was just a sandwich with too much salt.
Yes, and then you say, I will never become a good cook. But the chef didn't become great in one day. They practiced, they made mistakes, they burned food, they learned.
Learning English is exactly the same. Nobody wakes up one morning and suddenly speaks perfect English. It takes time.
I want to share a story. I once met a student who was learning English. She was very hardworking. She studied every day, she learned new vocabulary, she watched English videos, but she always felt disappointed because she kept comparing herself to others. She said, "My friend speaks faster than me. My pronunciation is not as good. I am too slow." But she forgot something important. Her friend had been learning English for 5 years. She had only been learning for 6 months.
6 months versus 5 years? That's not a fair comparison.
Exactly. You cannot compare a small plant with a fully grown tree. The plant is not failing, it is growing.
I love that example, because sometimes we are growing, but we are too busy looking at other people's trees.
Okay, everyone. Now let's learn some useful expressions about confidence and self-improvement. Remember, listen, repeat, and don't worry about mistakes. Expression 1. I'm improving at my own pace. Slowly. Repeat after me. I'm improving at my own pace. Excellent. This means you are accepting your personal learning speed.
Expression 2. I don't need to be perfect. Repeat. I don't need to be perfect. Great. This expression removes pressure.
Expression 3. Everyone starts somewhere. Repeat. Everyone starts somewhere. Excellent. Every expert was once a beginner.
Expression 4. My journey is different. Repeat. My journey is different. Beautiful. Your progress does not have to look like someone else's progress.
Expression 5. I just need to get better every day. Repeat. I just need to get better every day. Wonderful. Small improvements create big changes.
Anna, I remember another funny thing about comparison.
What happened?
When I was learning English, I watched a video of a native speaker. He was speaking so naturally. He used amazing expressions. His pronunciation was perfect.
And what did you think?
I thought, I will never speak English like him. Then I checked his background.
What did you find?
He was a language teacher with 20 years of experience.
Oh my goodness.
Jake, And I was comparing myself to him after learning English for only 3 months.
That's like going to the gym for 1 week and comparing yourself to a professional athlete.
Exactly. You have to respect your own process.
So, how can we actually build confidence? How can we stop being afraid? How can we finally start speaking?
The answer is simple, but many people ignore it.
What is it?
You have to practice before you feel ready.
Exactly. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes because you speak.
Think about riding a bicycle. You don't become confident by watching other people ride. You become confident by getting on the bicycle. You may fall, you may make mistakes, but every time you improve. English is the same. Your first conversation may not be perfect. Your first pronunciation may not be perfect, but every conversation makes you stronger. Many learners say, "I will speak English when my grammar is perfect." But here's the truth. Your grammar improves when you use English, not when you hide from English.
Exactly. A person who speaks with mistakes will improve faster than someone who never speaks.
You don't need 3 hours every day. Start small. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Talk about your day. Describe your room. Explain your thoughts.
And yes, you can even talk to yourself.
Talking to yourself?
Yes, my first English conversation partner was myself.
That's actually a great teacher.
The best part? He always listened.
Warm tone. Don't wait for a huge achievement to feel proud. Celebrate small wins. Today you learned 5 new words? Celebrate. Today you spoke 1 sentence? Celebrate. Today you understood a native speaker? Celebrate.
Because small victories create confidence.
Exactly. And now let's practice together, cheerfully. Welcome to the final part of today's episode. I hope you are feeling a little more confident now. Remember, you don't need to speak perfect English today. You just need to take the first step.
Exactly. And now we are going to do something special. We are going to practice together. So wherever you are, at home, walking, or drinking your coffee, yes, even if you are secretly practicing English while nobody is watching, join us.
Friendly. Okay, listeners, I want you to repeat after me. Don't worry about your accent. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. Because every time you speak, you become stronger. Let's begin. Expression 1. Hello, my name is Anna. Repeat. Hello, my name is Anna. Excellent. Expression 2. I am learning English. Repeat. I am learning English. Great. Expression 3. I want to improve my speaking skills. I want to improve my speaking skills. Wonderful! Expression 4. I am not afraid of making mistakes. Repeat. I am not afraid of making mistakes. Amazing!
See? You just spoke English. That was a small step, but small steps create big changes.
Now let's try some longer sentences. Sentence 1. I used to be afraid of speaking English, but now I am becoming more confident. Repeat. I used to be afraid of speaking English, but now I am becoming more confident. Excellent. Sentence 2. I know mistakes are part of the learning process. Repeat. I know mistakes are part of the learning process. Beautiful. Sentence 3. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep improving. Repeat. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep improving. Amazing. Now, let's practice a short conversation. Imagine you meet someone new. Hi, nice to meet you. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Jake. Nice to meet you too.
What do you do?
I'm learning English because I want to communicate with more people around the world.
That's great. How long have you been learning English?
I have been learning English for 1 year, and I am improving every day.
Excellent. See, a simple conversation can create confidence.
Before we finish today's episode, I want you to remember something important. Every confident English speaker you admire today was once someone who was afraid. They also forgot words. They also made mistakes. They also felt nervous.
But the difference was, they continued. They practiced when it was difficult. They spoke when they were afraid. They learned from their mistakes.
Confidence is not something you find. Confidence is something you build.
So don't wait until your English is perfect. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start today. Start with one word, one sentence, one conversation.
Because every mistake is teaching you. Every practice session is changing you. And every small step is bringing you closer to your goal.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Daily English Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to practice these expressions and share your progress with us.